What's up, y'all, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Joriah, and if you don't know who I am, let me introduce myself. I'm a writer and performer most known for writing Little Miss Perfect, and this is my channel where I do whatever I want. Now today, we are here for a very special second rendition of Joriah Reacts to the OWL House. Before we get started, let me just make sure that if you have not hit that red subscribe button and ring that bell like Quasimodo to make sure that you don't miss any of my new uploads, I don't know what you're doing because, you know, I need you. I need you to be here. I need you to be here for me. So you hit subscribe and you keep subscribing. I mean, you can only subscribe once, but basically just subscribe. Okay. I don't know where I was going with this. I was trying to be quirky. It ended up just being like a rambling moment that like is my life. Very on brand with the OWL House and Luz No Seda. I am not just being the most egotistical person ever. This is actually a walking commercial for my merch. If you go to joriahkwame.com/merch, I have some Little Miss Perfect merch, and I also have these hoodies, and I have a t-shirt version. It's pretty sick. It's me. It's this photo, and it's a blue photo, and then my signature is on the back. I don't want to fully turn, but you can see it. I'll put an image of what it looks like on the back. Is this mic work? Okay, yeah, it is. I'm also, you guys, I am recording with an external mic. I did it on my last video, and a couple of you guys left comments saying that I had a nice, soothing voice, and I am very flattered by that, and I'm going to try to play into that a little bit. I say after, like, essentially screaming the intro. So, yes, we are watching season 1 of the OWL House, featuring Luz No Seda as our protagonist, as we journey to the Boiling Isles to see if she can achieve her mystical dreams of being a witch and perhaps finding out who she is. I decided that something that I want to do at the beginning of all the episodes is I have 10 words at the beginning to say what happened before. I'm gonna start with the fingers. We're gonna do it. Luz is weird and now wants to be a witch. That's 10 words. That actually worked out perfectly. I don't want anyone to get offended by the word weird. I think that I am very weird. I think that we need to take the power out of the word weird and give the power to the weird people, because weird people have been ruling this earth since day one. Inventing electricity, that's weird. Writing musicals, that's weird, you know? Okay, fantastic. I think we're ready to start this video. I am very excited. Episode 2 of the OWL House, which is called Witches Before Wizards, which I think is a reference to brothers or bros before blanks or sisters before misters, witches before wizards. I'm into that. It feels feminist, it feels on brand, and I feel excited. Let's pull it up. Oh. Okay, let's stop. Let's stop already. That score, I don't know if you guys know that, but the boom, ba, 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 boom, ba, 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 ba. Whoever composed that, I'll have their name pop up here. That is gorgeous. It feels like a youthful adventure. I love scores. Oh.
Yes, you are.
Yes, he is.
As a witch apprentice. Who are you again?
Wait, so Ida does not remember Luz? Was Ida drunk? Is this the first time we're hearing the theme song? I don't remember if there was a theme song in the last one. Whatever.
A witch doesn't happen overnight. Also, you're wrapped in a bathrobe.
Okay, I'm noticing they just did something different with the animation style of her face. She just looks so pretty. Hopefully, maybe I can justify what I'm saying right now by putting an image of what they normally animate her and how she looked in that shot. It was a little subtle thing. I'm not sure what the meaning of it is. Maybe it's that this is Ida with no makeup in the morning and she's gorgeous. But I love what they did. She looks so beautiful.
No one wants an unoiled snake. Follow me.
Wait a second. Did she just say no one wants an... Okay, you know what, OWL House, I see what you're doing.
Never befriend a man in sandals and always measure twice, cut once.
Ooh. Okay, so this is Joriah Kwame's channel. Yo, I just spoke in third person. Let's rewind that back. I'm so sorry. We're gonna act like that didn't happen. Since this is my channel, I will be stopping every time something in the music gets me. This little percussive bum 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 with the almost natural, almost African-ish percussion sounds is really doing a good job of instantly triggering me to think like, whoa, where are we? Different place, different culture than I'm used to. Oh my goodness, I'm somewhere that I'm not, which is perfectly timed considering that Luz is walking through, I'm assuming this is Bonesboro, a new area, and she's experiencing culture on the Boiling Isles in a way that she never has before. Let's see what happens. A prophecy. Like a
cesspool of delight.
So remember last episode where we all had everyone stop and say contraband, and we talked about how that was a great word. The word cesspool almost feels like the opposite of that. Now on the count of three, I want us all to say cesspool. 1, 2, 3. Cesspool. I know, I do not like that either. I'm sorry. Go ahead and wash your mouth out with some soap.
This has been a rough day.
I have a feeling she's gonna have like a lot more rough days, but like fun rough days. A wizard.
Today just got good.
He's gonna give her a quest, isn't he? Isn't he?
Young lady, didn't I say?
He's a pretty limber old man. Did you guys see the way he ran up? Adagast. 3, 2, 1. Adagast. That's gonna be I think something that happens a lot during this show because they wrote some delicious words.
The chosen one can pull the star from its post.
Wow, so this is really kind of marrying a lot of worlds. We're getting some Renaissance themes. We're getting some Camelot themes. It seems as though the staff and the rock is a King Arthur reference. This is like a very quintessential quest, medieval type mystical premise so far. So what I'm interested in now is how this world is going to kind of be more original than the others. I'm sure it is. I guess so far the thing that separates it from the other ones is that the fact that we have some symbols for social themes, like lots of not assimilation but conforming to societal standards, perhaps some religious nods with words like demonic and I don't know. It's interesting. It's interesting what's being done subtextually, and I'm interested to see how that deepens as the show progresses. Let us continue.
But am I really worthy?
Of course you are, Luz. Oh, Hootie literally is the house. Okay, so I just learned a reaction lesson. Say your thoughts, no matter what they are, because it might come back. I didn't know. I was getting the vibes. I was like, there's something deceitful about this wizard. There's something off about him. I don't trust him. He has purple eyes. I had this whole thought. And now it's starting to come to fruition, because also I'm wondering, is this little cat place, is this like one of those trying to get Luz to trust this environment, because we know she likes cats?
Hit me, little furry man.
Oh my god. Interesting. So it feels as though the first essential step to becoming a successful witch, at least according to the Owl House plot, is she has to have an ego death. And what I mean by that is she needs to go on a trip that is going to make her realize that she is not as clever as she thinks, therefore she has things to learn. I think that this is really classic, beautiful storytelling work. Luz is a very confident character, so we set her up that way heavily in the first episode, and then now in the second episode we give her some sort of tragic flaw that she can now spend the entire story perhaps working towards, which it seems to be here, believing in herself, feeling as though she has importance, feeling as though she has been chosen to do something. She wants to have a purpose, which I think is a really great character drive, and I think that this episode is kind of representing her having to learn the lesson that the journey to that isn't going to be as quick as using a map and getting a staff out of a rock. So I'm really loving the storytelling here. Also, the animation has gotten really intense, and I'm into it. Let's continue. Come on, score. The score has just picked up so beautifully. I love it. I love it. I love us using these acoustic instruments to almost give a digital video game feel. It very much reminds me of music in the back of a video game, which feels very appropriate, especially for this episode.
Confused. Thinking of calling it quits, huh?
Just when I think the show can't surprise me, Ida eats a squid.
Wants to believe they're
She said earlier, never trust a man in sandals. And that was foreshadowing to the wizard who was wearing sandals and wasn't to be trusted. Clever writing.
Chosen.
Wow, that was it. That was called Witches Over Wizards, which now has a lot more perspective, representing Luz needing to value the words given to her by witches, in this case Ida, over wizards, in this case that one guy who was not really a guy but instead a puppeteer demon. Okay. Wow. That kind of went a lot deeper than I was expecting a second episode to go, but at the same time, we haven't necessarily progressed our main storyline, which allows for a lot more episodes, which is very clever. So, okay, so this is the traditional thing we go through and we recap the episode. So Luz she had a dream. It wasn't really so much of a dream, more than a remembrance of her experiences from the night before, her first day in the Boiling Isles. And then she was going to do tasks. I forgot. This all started because Luz was feeling not valued, or feeling like the chores that Ida was having. Oh, which is, okay, this is very The Karate Kid. Okay, for everyone who's very young and hasn't seen either the OG Karate Kid or even the one that came out in 2000 something with Jaden Pinkett Smith, The Karate Kid has this iconic, and I don't know that this is just original to The Karate Kid. I think this might be a trope that has happened in stories and movies. Oftentimes, the wise person who the young person is trying to be the apprentice of and learn from starts that young person off doing very minuscule, perhaps seen as irrelevant tasks. Like in The Karate Kid, he teaches his little grasshopper, as he calls him, to wax on and wax off. That's also a reference that is used a lot in hip hop culture. Wax on, wax off. There's hundreds of songs that kind of allude to that in a variety of different contexts. But yeah, he has some waxing. I believe it is either a fence or a car. It must be a car. And the student is like, "Oh, this is stupid. Why do I have to do this? I want to be doing karate." And he's like, "First, before you have to do karate, you have to learn how to do simple things." So he's teaching him to wax on, wax off, and all these things with buckets, and it just feels like nothing, but really it's conditioning. And then we end up seeing, as he actually becomes worthy of actually learning how to do karate, this movement becomes like a blocking tool, so you kind of have to practice that movement to train him up, but also it's the discipline training. Anyway, all this to say, it feels as though the potion delivering is something like that Ida was trying to give Luz to strengthen her social skills and help her, be more successful at little things so that she can then be good at good things. But Luz, of course, wanted more of a challenge, so she was wanting this wizard moment, and then she wanders into this castle where this wizard pretty much gives her everything that she thinks that she wants, and through a variety of hallucinations administered to her by the puppeteer disguised as a purple-eyed wizard, she ended up almost getting Ida killed and getting herself killed. And she, I think, learned her first lesson of she has to know who she is first before she can really be a great witch. Which, as we can all know, her being a great witch is also, I think, a front for teaching her how to be a great person and to be the best person she can be. And so it'll be fun to see how, through the other episodes and the other things that happen in this show, it'll be fun to track and point out what Dana Terrace, who wrote this, what are the lessons under the surface that she is trying to get across, and in what fun ways do the animators help us experience that. That's very exciting. Wow, this was fun, you guys. I really liked episode 2 of the OWL House. Major props to the composer of the score. There was a lot of things catching my ears, and I was very much into it. And I cannot wait to see what sonically they have going on in the future. And yeah, this was fun. I hope you guys liked this. If you did, please make sure you give this a thumbs up. Tell me what you think down below. And also, if you haven't already, hit that red subscribe button and ring that bell like Quasimodo so you don't miss any of my new uploads, because you want to be here when we premiere. That's it. Okay, you guys, everyone who's been here since day one on my channel, I've been saying, like, because if you're not here when you premiere, and I just didn't know what to say, naturally in that last moment, what did I say? You want to be here when we premiere. That's good. You want to be here when we premiere, so make sure you ring that bell like Quasimodo. And yeah, pretty much thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.